Okay, hey guys. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this quick. I haven't made a video in a while, and I've been getting a lot of requests to do one. Okay, so my last video, I let you all know that Neil and I had a miscarriage. In the video, I had told you that I was going to have a DNC. I didn't end up having one for personal reasons. Plus, my doctor said that everything that she had seen on ultrasound was so small that I would have a problem miscarrying at home. Because it was a miscarriage, it took about 2 to 2.5 weeks for anything to start at all. And then when it did, it took about a month and a half to finish everything coming out, which I know is a long time, and trust me, it was super hard. I bet my doctor really wishes that she hadn't given me her personal number because I called all the time. Okay, I have a little paper with little calendars, so I was writing stuff down as it happened. So we had found out on June 18th, and then it took a month and a half to pass everything. In July is when it stopped, so I went and had my HCG checked. On the 21st, it was 57,479, and I know that is really, really high. I got a lot of negative comments from family and friends. They were just all like, "You need to go have the DNC. Not everything came out, and you're not gonna have babies if you don't do it." And it was really freaking me out. They were all freaking me out, telling me I was gonna get an infection, and I was just calling my doctor every 5 seconds, and she was like, some women, it just takes a really long time to get rid of all your HCG. It also depends on how much you had in your system before you started passing everything, and apparently I must have really high HCG. So I came back in 2 days, and it had gone down to 51,000, so it went down 6,479. So she's like, "Well, it is going down," and she's like, if it stopped, the discharge... Oh, and by the way, I didn't have any red blood. That was another thing that was freaking me out, because every story that I read online about natural miscarriages, the women kind of just waited for it to start, and then when it did, it kind of just all whoosh came out, with a lot of red blood and pain and a big, huge clot that, most of them could tell what it was, and I didn't have that at all. I had no pain at all. If I did have a cramp, I hardly even noticed it unless I was laying really still and trying to pay attention. So I never had any bad cramps. It was always brown discharge, never any red blood, and the clots that I got were so teeny tiny. So that was making me think something went wrong. But then on August 17th, I had my HCG checked again, and it was 20,000. So yeah, I was checked, and my doctor said that everything had passed, just my HCG was just taking a long time to come down, but that it was coming down. She said I would have my period in 4 to 6 weeks. Luckily, I didn't have to wait that long. In a week and a half, I started getting some reddish discharge, and the following week, exactly a week later, this past Thursday, I started AF. And it was just my normal AF, and I have it right now. I'm on day 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on day 4 of my period, and it's been completely like my old periods used to be. The first day was kind of light, the second day was super heavy, the third day was medium, and today is medium. So if everything keeps going the way it should, I should be finished on Wednesday. Let me just check my time real quick. Okay. I should be finished on Wednesday, so fingers crossed. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I don't know if I would do this again, if I had another miscarriage, God forbid. I don't know if I would do it again. I have a friend, I'm not going to mention her name, but her and I miscarried around the same time. She chose the DNC. And she's pregnant again already, and I'm so happy for her. I am. But it makes me really feel like I chose the wrong thing, because, I kind of feel like, oh, well, if I had just chosen to do the D&C and get it over with, I could be pregnant again already, and everything could be going perfectly, and I could be happy. And instead, I sat around for 2 months, 2.5, 3, going on 3, waiting for this to pass, and now I'm only just getting my first period, and it was a long time, and you really got to be patient to do this, and I don't know if I would be patient again. Also, the stress of my miscarriage not happening like all the ones that I was reading online, that was very, very stressful. My doctor told me up and down all day long that every woman's body is different, but when you look online and you see a billion different stories of miscarriages, and they're pretty much all happening the same way, wait, whoosh, it all comes out done, and then you're sitting here and you're the only different one, it's kind of hard to go by that. Well, everyone's different. Okay, no, kind of only I am. So that was extremely stressful. So I'm not sure. Not sure if I would do it again. There are risks both ways, obviously. If you have a D&C, that is a minor surgery, so there's always risks with that. And waiting at home naturally, there is the risk that you don't pass everything. You could get an infection. You could have heavy bleeding, really bad cramps, fever. There's a lot of pros and cons to both. I'm not going to go into it. If you want to look it up, you can. But there's pros and cons. There's about an even number to both, and there's also an even number of pros. With the D&C, obviously, like my friend, it's over a lot quicker. You heal a lot quicker, and you're back on the road to trying to conceive a lot quicker. And the pros with what I chose is there was no interference as far as, doctors going in there and messing with anything. I was told that I didn't have to wait to try to conceive again, that as soon as I passed everything and it stopped, that I didn't even have to wait for a first period, whereas with a D&C you do. Well, there have been people who have had D&Cs and not waited for their first period and gone on to have great pregnancies, but they just suggest that you wait, whereas with a natural one, it's not really that necessary, or at least that's what I was told and what I saw online. Different doctors will tell you different things. Some doctors would have freaked out after nothing passed for me in a week, and they would have been like, you need to have the D&C. Different doctors, different information. Just depends on the person. I just suggest you always make sure that you are always in contact with your doctor no matter what you choose. That's very, very important. I was talking to my doctor like every other day. And never be afraid to call them every day. There was some times where, I'd call her, and in a few hours I'd have another question, and I'd want to call her again, but I didn't want to bother her. So I would I'll just bother her next week. Don't do that. Every time I called her, she was so just willing to help. She never acted like I was bothering her, and so yeah, she's there for you. She's there to help you, so never feel like you don't want to bother her. At least with my doctor, she never acted like I was bothering her, so that was very helpful. But yeah, so that's what's been going on, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who left me comments, who sent me emails. I tried to get back to everyone, but I got so many that I'm not sure if I did. So if I didn't, thank you so much. The fact that you took time to not only watch my video, but then that you took time to tell me a personal story about what you had gone through, or a loved one, and offered me words of encouragement. It was really helpful, and it really did mean a lot. So I just want to say thank you. And yeah, so I will continue doing videos, and I will let you know when AF is done about our trying to conceive efforts from here on out. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye.